Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. Yes, it's time. We're coming back to this. A few things are Swiss cheesing at the moment. Primarily, when this video goes up, you can go and get it for free on the Epic Store. Epic gives away a game for free once a week. I love banging the drum about this, and it just so happens to be Kerbal this week. Not exactly brand new, I know, but a fantastic game. Absolutely. A big brain melter, educational, you could argue. But just generally speaking, a fantastic game. And take it from me, not a very bright boy. Not very good at this game, and I still find it very, very entertaining. We're starting a new playthrough, fresh. Kerbal 2 apparently is coming out late February, which is next month. So we've got a month or two to make a bit of progress in this and see if we can get a little bit further this time around. So buckle in, let me know if you want to see this, obviously, because I'm going to be doing different playthroughs for different things. You never know, maybe the time has passed for this, for watching an absolute idiot attempt to launch things, you know, at rocket speed into orbit. You know, maybe the time's passed and it was lightning in a bottle. But if you do want to see some more episodes, let me know, and we will just keep this playthrough going into Kerbal 2 when that releases around the corner. Anyway, so let's go. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Moon or bust. Mun, they call it. The Mun. All right, here we go. Default. I don't know, let's call it the final one. How's that sound? Career? We are playing career mode. I'm not interested in sandbox or any of that crap. We'll just have the default flag. We'll definitely have default difficulty. Like, I have a hard enough time. I'm not even 100% sure we've ever actually gotten something into successful orbit. So, yeah. For all my bluster and attempts, I do get a short fuse and then try and brute force things. Yeah, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, I've got it. Now, look, I suppose I can tutorialize the beginning. Maybe you picked it up on Epic, and no offense to all the sweaty astronaut channels out there that are, you know, this is their bread and butter and they live for it. I'm just an idiot. So maybe if you're also an idiot, I can pitch it to you at our idiot level, and it might be easier to understand, you know, more gooder. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the mission control. We're going to go to mission control. We can have 2 contracts at a time, and they've got little star ratings. So we're going to start out with these little shit kicker missions. I'm going to go gather scientific data from Kerbal, launch our first vessel. Now, what do they entail? I'm only playing a little bit dumb because it's been a very long time. I really like this game. I like the way that the career is structured. Essentially, you do these missions, they give you money. Money's not the biggest problem because you can sort of, I don't want to say save scum, but like if your flight doesn't go well, you can just reset your flight. Like, so the game is pretty generous in that department. But things like science is pretty big. So you do missions for science, and you do surveys, taking data, that sort of stuff. Barometric readings, thermometer readings, and all that sort of, you know, science stuff. And it gives you something that like science points, but on a degraded return rate, right? So at first you might get a big boof, but then you can't really farm them. And then that's how you unlock more stuff on the tech tree. And that's pretty much it. Rinse and repeat. Not that complicated. But solving the problems is the fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get out of this screen. I guess we'll go to the VAB, which is the... What does that even mean? Vehicle Assembly Building. There you go. Well, that makes sense. I could probably figure that out if I thought about it for more than 2 seconds. Contracts. Achieve goal. These are pretty cool. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Recover any scientific data. Launch our first vessel on the launch pad of the runway to achieve this goal. Okay. Guess you gotta launch it. So let's have a think about this. So you're gonna need this little crew compartment. What's it called? Mark 1 Command Pod. That's pretty important. We've got this little booster. You start off so low tech, and I kinda love it. I don't really like the end game of games, but that's probably because I play video games like a frenetic psychopath. Look at this, we've got nothing. We've got some fins. We're not going to need them where we're going. Straight up. Science, though. Goo. Goo we could use. So let me think about it. If we look at the goo on the launch pad, and we can launch into the sky, and then we could look at the goo in the sky. So that would be cool. We could use 2 goos. 2 goos. I'm going to put them on sort of a hex symmetry down here in the bottom left. You go, boop. Look at that. My little testes. Well, no, if your testes look like that, you should see a medical professional immediately. And we're going to put a parachute on that as well, okay? So we've got the staging down here. Essentially, if I press spacebar, it'll execute the stages from the bottom up. So spacebar will fire this dumb booster, essentially. It's just a solid fuel booster. It's full of fuel, you fire and forget. Like a dumb missile, except you're strapped to it. And then if you press spacebar again, it's going to launch the parachute. That's all we really need. We're going to call this bloody Gronk 1. I like having come up with weird names for me spaceships. And then we're going to, I guess, save it, right? And then you go to the launch pad. Like, for all the science that's going on in this game, in execution, not that complex. You know, but then, you know, I suppose, you know, easy enough to understand, fucking impossible to master. Cool. All right, ready, steady, spaghetti. What we should probably do is turn on RCS and SAS. We don't have RCS at the moment, but I believe SAS is stability control. It'll keep our ship straight, right? You turn those knobs on, even though I think one of them doesn't actually work. Stability assist. There you go. You can check all these different things depending on what you're trying to achieve, but honestly at the moment they don't really matter. I find this one quite handy. Gives you apoapsis and periapsis readouts. But again, not that big a deal right now. You can also pull up your contract here. You can get an idea of what's going on. So gather scientific data. Like, for example, I don't like that my camera's doing this. Why is it doing that? Why isn't it turning around my thing? Maybe I'm misremembering. Observe mystery goo. So we can observe it. Let's see the little goo opens. Yep, cool. We can't transmit it because we don't have an antenna, but we will keep the experiment. Achieve goal. Well, we've gathered it. I suppose we could probably just finish the launching and then we'd have it. Recover, transmit any science experiment data from Kerbal. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go. Off we go. Launch our first vessel. Tickety-boo. Very exciting. Oh, you know what? I'm probably pressing the wrong thing. Right-click works. All right, let's observe the goo while we're in transit. You're in different layers of atmosphere as well. The goo jiggles and wobbles while flying at Kerbal. Nice. No. Alright, well that's pretty much it. We'll let it sort of just play out. I mean, I guess I could pop my chute now. You can speed up, warp the time forward. There you go, up, 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 up. Jesus. How far are we going to go up? And then down we go. Right. Bloody Jeb's having a great time down there. Pop our parachute. Could probably turn SAS off, because it sort of just lets it... It doesn't really make a huge difference. But, like, as I understand, I don't want to talk too out my ass, but turning it off when he's doing a return trajectory is kind of good, because it allows him to align with, like, the wind resistance, like the actual vector that the vessel wants to take, as opposed to fighting it to try and keep it on a certain line, right? That's not super relevant. But you know what? Ignore me. Generally speaking, just leave bloody SAS on, and you're right. Signal strength. Cool. Yeah, so in an ideal world, you want to bring your experiments back to Terra, back to Kerbal, right? There we go, look at that. Recover vessel. But, you know, I don't know, say you're in the orbit of some other bloody planet. I don't even know what the planets are called. Your Wi-Fi signal's probably not fantastic out there, or you're not even going to get home. So you sort of try and send your packets through radio relays and all that sort of stuff. So you get what data you can. But anyway, we got all this. Look at that, 25 science, but big payouts aren't that often. It's just because it's at the very beginning, because we're still figuring it all out. Anyway, let's go to mission control. Look at this, active contracts 2 in the archive, both completed. Ooh, daddy! Now what else are these? Conduct a focused observation survey of Kerbal. Yeah, we could do that, I suppose. We could test a parachute. That sounds pretty cool. Escape the atmosphere. That'll be on the list of things to do. And we can actually get more and more contracts. What do we got here? Now you see, these ones aren't going to give me any science, which is poo. That one will. Let's take that one. Scarlet wants science. And that one will too. There you go. Sight unseen. I'll just take those contracts and I'll work it out. Now where we want to go next is R&D over here. You can see we've got start, which is just the equipment we started with. However, if we go to basic rocketry, we can get these. Fuel tanks, very helpful. A liquid fuel engine. So this has a variable throttle, you know, more and less, as opposed to this is an even bigger solid fuel booster. So there we go. Got a bigger, more efficient, more fuel booster. And then we've got a variable fuel booster as well. Particularly helpful, you know, in thinner atmosphere for maneuvers at higher orbit. Whereas the big thumpers are used to, you know, sort of break through the thicker, lower level of atmosphere and then discard them as well. They're all sort of designed to be disposable. What else? Can we research this as well? 5. All right, so you've got a decoupler, which allows you to exactly that. You can decouple sections of your rocket. You've got a thermostat, so more science stuff on top of the goo. A Communitron 16. I haven't really used this, but that's because I plan on bringing everything home. But if you wanted to radio stuff back, you could use that. And there's an alternate version of it. Cool. Cool. Now, how much science do we need for these? 20, 18, 15. I've got 15 right here. Survivability. We've got a heat shield. Got 2 sized heat shields. We got a barometer, which more science stuff. Got a radiator panel. What does this do? Dissipate heat into space. Well, that sounds pretty cool. Micro landing strut. Oh, we've gotten into all sorts of trouble with them. A drogue chute and another parachute. Alternate parachutes, right? If you don't want the nose one, if you want more for more weight. And then you've got a service bay, which is sort of like a little module that you can put stuff in and close. Maybe protect it from re-entry heat, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's go. So at the moment, we probably want to save up for at least 18 more science. All right. Back into the VAB. Now, like I said, you could. Most people play this sandbox. I believe career mode was a big late entry into this game. But career mode's all I know and all I give a shit about. I can't stand sandbox games. I need a mission. Otherwise, I get bored. All right, now what do you want me to do here? To perform this test, activate this part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. All right, the Mark 16 parachute. I don't suppose you are the nose parachute, are you? You are! Well, that works out well. Okay, got to be at Kerbal. Got to be flying. Got to be at the altitude of 3,000 to 8,000, and you got to be rolling at that speed. Well, maybe we can do that already. That's cool. So maybe Gronk 1 is ready to go. Test the RT Attack 10 hammer, which I think is what we've already got. No, that's the flea. Well, let's fuck this bloke off, and we'll bung this dude in. Now you got to think. You got to be switched on here. You got to perform the test when the part blah blah blah. So firing this at the launch pad is not altitude 10,000 meters. Just spoiler alert, in case you thought it might be. But what we could probably do is like put like no fuel in there. Can I change it to like a percentage or something? I don't know. Oh yeah, let's put one nub worth, and we'll even give it a different paint scheme because that's the test rocket. But we'll put this. This can go here. Well, actually, it can't go there. We're going to need a decoupler because we don't really want to bring this crap home with us. We're going to put a coupler there, couple of couplers, and you know what? We're going to put a decoupler here as well. Right? With me so far? So that's our actual propulsion. This is just going to go just a little spurt when the test conditions are met. Of course, I'm eyeballing all of this. We don't know if that's going to work. But since we're going to be up there anyway, it might be a successful flight. Let's press sight. Let's get one of these. Yeah. Let's do the 2 trick again, Scarlet. That was a good trick. Thanks, mate. Like that. We'll do... Oh, yeah, it's close enough. Science. Close enough. And we'll do that. Yeah? Cool. So I'll take measurements on the launch pad. and then I'll take measurements at the first layer of atmosphere. I think that sounds good. Now we've got to sort out our staging. All this is all bullshit here. All right, let's bung this up here in the top. Let's add a new stage. All right, for starters, get out of here. Get out of here, you goobers. We're going to put the parachute on its own stage. However, we need to pay attention to this. What's this? Flying 3,000. Okay, so we could do that on descent, I reckon. Let's try that. Okay, we probably don't need that up in well, beep up, blue. There we go. So that's our decoupler there. Why are you highlighting? Could you, like, not be green? Can I right-click that or something? Why is that green? I guess because I clicked on it. Let's just click on the parachute. That will confuse me less. Alright, off to a blazing start, Scar. Alright, let's get this decoupler out of the way. We probably don't want them in the same thing. You know what? You can't have too many stages. That's what I always say. What Mum taught me. Bang, we fire that. Bang, we disconnect. Bang, we squirt that. Bang, we disconnect. Bang, we fire the chute. We'll go home, have a beer, tell some worries. Very good. We're going to call this bloody Gronk 2. Gronk 2 sounds good to me. Alright, off we go to the races. Wish me luck. Alright, everyone taking notes, you're keeping up? Because we're about half an hour from running out of Scarlett's knowledge. This is as in-depth as you're going to get from me. The rest is going to be throwing shit against the wall. Alright, so I need to figure out how to lock my mouse because it's shitting me when I click up here and it flies off into my other monitor. Okay, Kerbal. Pre-flight checks. We've got our shit turned on. Very good. We're going to take a barometer reading off the backside. Log pressure data. Very good. Keep that. We're going to take a thermostat. Log temperature. We're going to keep that. Okay, that's good. We're going to try and remember to log all this shit while we're in flight. Alright. Altitude, 10,000 meters. Again, this will be on descent. Let's see if we even make it that far. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Our surface speed as well. So we're flying. We've hit the speed. We can get rid of that. We've slowed down so quickly. Look at that. So I think we abort that. Too fast. Too fast. Turn off SAS. Oh! My altitude's gone too high and my speed's dropped. You never know, we might speed up on the way back down. Might turn SAS on, if only so I can actually take these readings. Right? Observe mystery goo. Thank you very much. Observe this. Thank you. Observe this. Thank you. Alright, you can go back to bloody tumbling. Lots of science. There we go. Bang. So at least the parachute test has passed. Should be able to speed this up, no dramas. What's this? Get off my screen. Okay. Let's just ignore those weird shadows and tearing that's going on. I'm sure that's nothing. Nothing to worry about there. So what happened there? We didn't go fast enough? Was that the issue? I can't even remember anymore. Okay. Good work. Recover vessel. Alright. Mostly successful mission. That's a big win in Scarlett's world. 25.4 science. Let's bloody disco. Alright. Mission control. We could probably take on another mission. Now you can upgrade your mission hub. In fact, let's look into that. You right click on it. Upgrade for 75k. Oh yeah? It's probably dangerous, but let's do it. Now I'm down to 75k. Alright. Alright. Now, I usually make a gentleman's agreement with myself and say I should stay above a float of X dollars, that sort of thing. We'll come up with that later, whatever. What's this? Test heat shield for 1 science. I could use 1 science. Test this, yeah, let's go. Escape the atmosphere. Whee, give me some more science. You can see you don't get a lot. I'm getting a bunch because of these readings, but I'm not going to get them again. Jeb's Junkyard spaceship parts. Okay, so we can hold 7 contracts. Yeah. Orbit Kerbal. Coolies. All right, let's bung out of here. Let's go into R&D. One thing that we should actually think about, I think it's the admin building. You can sort of buy outsourced R&D. You can commit money for a return on more science. Yields 1 science for each funds. Plus, oh, you can sell your science right. Unpaid research. Can't afford setup costs, not enough reputation. We'll pick at that later, because this is a first episode. This as much serves as an overview to Kerbal. And the hope is, drop a comment actually, if you're scared of Kerbal, if you know, maybe you don't care for rocket science or anything like that, but you're curious, you know, hopefully this stands testament that if I can figure it out, then you bloody well can figure it out as well. You can figure it out with me. So yeah, I don't want to get too stuck into like spend half an hour in the admin building. Let's just focus in on the core loop. Okay, which I think we've mostly covered anyway. But look at all these little dudes going for a trundle. Okay, so we've got a bazillion missions now. How good is that? Test heat shield at the launch site. Oh. To perform this test, use run test option in the parts context menu. When all test conditions are met. Kerbal launch site test heat shield. Well, I mean, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, B1, I think I am B2. Oh my god. Bananas in pajamas reference. I am old. Where is this heat shield that you speak of, game? There it is. Wait, the 1.25 meter one. This bloke. Boop! Nice, keep your bum nice and cool. All we gotta do is test it on the launch site. Oh, why don't we... No, let's call this Gronk 2.1. I don't know. I need to come up with a system. Stop just throwing numbers out this car. This is stupid person behavior. We're just gonna sit it on the launch pad and... I mean, hey, you know, these are the rules of the test, and then we're gonna right click on it and go run test. Done. Recover. Mission complete. Oh, mate. You know, not all testing is going into orbit, you know? Plus, we've got a bucket load of science I forgot to spend. Active contract 6. Any of you gonna give me bloody science? Because otherwise I'm not super interested. Oh, you will? Okay, test parachute. Nice. Okay. Scarlet's bloody flying along. Look at him go. R&D. 18, 20. I mean, can we afford them both? We cannot. So what's this? Aerodynamic nose cone, winglet, radial decoupler. The radial decoupler is, you know, you can look at it. You can probably figure it out. You can decouple side rockets off of the main rocket. That's cool. Apparently this is a better swivel engine, but I don't really understand how. Thumper though, look at that monster. And then a bigger fuel tank. I think this is probably the smarter purchase. I guess we'll buy that one next. So now we've got even more goodies. Probably got more missions because of it. Alright. Yeah, I need to come up with a versioning system. I should probably, you know, 2.1. Something like that. I don't know. Why? Do you version rockets? I don't know. I do, apparently. Da-da-da. Test Mark 16 parachute. Did we not already do that? Is that a different parachute? Ah. That looks like the exact same test conditions. Alright, well, let's just leave that be. What we might actually do is we might slim down the science modules. We only really need the 3, I think. That looks a bit more neat and tidy. Stop triggering all the sweats in chat, writing me walls of text. If it says show more on your comment, I'm not clicking it. I'm just letting you know. I get too many comments a day across this whole channel. Let's see. Test RT10 hammer. Right? So we're doing this all over again. What was the problem? Except Scarlet might pay more attention this time. Oh, you know what I could do? I could actually load. Don't say. Don't. I could load Gronk 2. Whee! Jesus, I'm a bit of a thing. I'm something. All right, let's bung this bloke here. Bung this bloke here. All right, that's much better. Scarlet's much happier about that. But I think we had an issue with propulsion. If in doubt, put a bigger engine on it. All right, boom, boom, boom. All that staging should be exactly the same. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's save that. Let's launch that. Oh, what a game. Okay, pre-flight. Let's click all the bits. Let's open this up. Test the parachute on the way down. Speed. Like, the speed might be different. The altitude looks the same. I know I took another contract. Did it just give me the same contract again? I mean, whatever. Hey, you want to give me science for nothing? I'll do it. I guess off we go. Flying. Yeah. Altitude, 10,000 meters. Speed, 290. All right, we're in the speed zone now. And now we're out of it. All right. Altitude's good. 16,000. Speed's coming back down. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, we've gone. All right, we've overshot. We've overshot. So we could potentially try and have some nuance and actually steer our vessel. However, apsis 43 kilometers. Check this out. That's the sort of projected path at the moment. So what we could do is speed it up. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to turn stability off, right? So it'll just take the form of this natural line, especially when we start descending back into atmosphere. Well, we're never leaving the atmosphere, but you know what I mean. What's going on here? Look at all these other tests I need to do. Escape the atmosphere. Put that on the back burner, mate. It's a shame. Can I not see my altitude readout from here? It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? 40,000 kilometers. Okay. Here we go. He's coming back in. You know, we could take readings while we're up. We're sort of in this thin layer, right? Come on. Just stay still, cunt. No, not display. Fuck that off. All right, I just did it. Okay, that's good. $10,000. We're going way too fast. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no, we're going too fast for the parachute. Oh, Scarlet, you're such an idiot. I was focusing on too many things. Oh my god. Anyway, revert to vehicle assembly. It needs some work. When I first initially played this, I would complete every flight no matter what, and people got annoyed at me because they found it tedious, right? So I guess Jeb's not dead in this scenario. There might be scenarios where maybe we accidentally launch him into the solar system and we don't want to recover the rocket by resetting. Maybe we try and rescue him or something. I don't know. But for now, we'll just do it this way. That was fucking funny because I had to get through the test stage to reset. Anyway. Okay, cool. Needs a bit of work. That's fine. It's cool to be back at this, and it's kind of cool that I still suck at it. So I guess whatever gimmick it was that people find entertaining about me playing this game, it's still there because I have learnt nothing. Anyway, let me know if you want to see some more team. Again, tentatively looking at maybe bringing back playthroughs on the channel. I kind of miss it. I like it. And the fact that everyone says Let's Plays are dead kind of makes me stubbornly want to just prove them wrong. But at the same time, I'm constantly going to I'll probably add something new every day to the channel, which means if you want something like this to stay at the top and keep getting episodes, you got to let me know, okay? Anyway, I don't want to waffle anymore. Get it yourself if you haven't played it before. Chuck a comment if you found this entertaining and you got a kick out of a bogan attempting rocketry. Team, we might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.